So today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on the brand new Spicebomb Infrared. So this one right here is an eau de toilette concentration, and I'm assuming that means that at some point in a few months down the line, we're going to have an infrared eau de parfum released as well. This one just became available to purchase at Nordstrom, I believe it was, at full retail. Really today I'm just going to be smelling it for the first time on camera, going to tell you how it compares to everything else, and ultimately the most important part, I'm going to tell you if this one sucks like Night Vision Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. Yes, the Night Visions, I don't like at all. Extreme and Fresh has always been my favorite two flankers from Spicebomb, along with, of course, the original. But maybe Infrared will be better. We're going to find out today. Now, one thing I do want to point out, first of all, I already took it out of the box just because I am shooting outside, just to try to cut down on the cellophane and cardboard from flying all over the yard. But it was wet when I pulled it out of the box, and I've had that happen before with other Spicebombs. You know, you have this little safety that's put in here, the little jiggly thing, you know, like this. They have that on there, and if you actually shake it hard enough, oh, it actually won't come off. I thought if you shook it hard enough, it would come off, but it doesn't. They have that on there, and that kind of keeps it from getting depressed, but you could still move it a little bit, and it just does tend to get wet when they're being shipped. I've had that happen before with other things, so right out of the box, there was a little bit of leakage. I'm just going to spray it on the paper here, and also as it goes on my camera, do a spray on my skin as well, and let's see what this is all about. So for me, immediately, I'm getting flashbacks of the original Spicebomb here. I'm getting the original Spicebomb. For me, I'm getting a touch of like a nuttiness that you get in the Night Vision. But it's spicy, it's warm, it's sweet. And it definitely does have that kind of original Spicebomb DNA in here. It's almost kind of like they're throwing back to where it all started here and just giving you a bit of a variance. So I will go ahead and read off the official note breakdown for you. Up top we have red fruits, pink pepper, saffron. In the mid we have cinnamon, red pepper. In the base we have tobacco and benzoin. So quite a few notes carry over from the original, like the pink pepper, the cinnamon, the tobacco. However, we do get a few new additions here. Primarily that's going to be the red fruits, and really for me when I first sprayed this one on, maybe a little bit of a fruity sweetness up top, but a lot of which I'm getting is spiciness. A lot of that pink pepper and a nice bit of a spicy, kind of creamy, somewhat smooth and sweet saffron in here as well. The cinnamon and red pepper do come into play immediately as well. Again, just adding to that spiciness. The cinnamon gives you a bit of that sweetness as well. Almost this kind of holidays type of smell, which is what I equate the original Spicebomb and Spicebomb Extreme to. Both of those kind of have a Christmas time or holiday season type of smell to them, just from all of the spices and just the sweetness that it has. And that does come through here. Now, what I do find is that this one is just, you know, that original DNA, just a little bit more of a generic twist. Now, at this point, Spicebomb, the eau de toilette, is kind of known as a fragrance that a lot of people wear, and it kind of gets the generic tag just stamped on it. And that's really just because it's so good, so many people wore it and loved it. But when it first came out, it was something different and unique. And really, Spicebomb Extreme was a great refresh, and I find that one to be very unique as well. But when the Night Visions came out, it started to get a bit more generic, and I find that with this infrared version, you just get a touch of that more modern cologne type of smell in this one that you don't really get in Spicebomb, right? This kind of automatically just makes it a bit more generic, not because everyone's wearing it, right? It literally just came out, but because it does kind of all of a sudden slot in with some of the other new releases, not only from Spicebomb or from Viktor and Rolf in this line, but other fragrance houses in general. So as much as I want to sit here and say that this is a really, really good flanker, you know, it smells nice, and I will say it's 100% better than the Night Visions. The Night Visions were just very boring for me, kind of Invictus bubblegummy. This one doesn't really go bubblegummy, but it just does go in kind of a generic, somewhat two-dimensional direction. It touches back on that original Spicebomb, which is awesome. I always have loved Spicebomb. Even now, it's still one that I like to wear. But it just doesn't really change it up too much more than that. It's spicy, it's warm, it's sweet, and, you know, that's about it. Why do we need this when we have the Extreme and even the original still? Now, if they would have taken this DNA, kept it right here where it is, but maybe added some boozy notes, maybe added a bit of oud in here, just a little bit, or something else, just giving it even more of a different twist, then we might have a winner. But as it sits right now, it's just kind of okay. Like I said, I don't know any insider information, obviously, and I can't predict the future, but the way Viktor and Rolf has been going with their Spicebomb line, and seeing that this one is an eau de toilette, I would imagine an eau de parfum or an intense or some other variant will be released shortly. And maybe there they will amp it up, make it smell a bit more interesting, kind of like they did with Night Vision a little bit. But as it sits right now, this one might be a pass for me. I would just say hold on to the original, hold on to the extreme. This one's pleasant, smells nice, but not a mind blower. Of course, if you're a fan of the original Spicebomb, then you'll like this one and you'll like the extreme. You're gonna think that it smells good. And if you want something with maybe a little bit more of a fruitiness, nice, unique, somewhat more of an oriental touch on the original DNA, then you might like this one. Other than that, it's just gonna kind of fall flat for a lot of you guys. Maybe mass appeal wise, this one will do a bit better than the original and the extreme because it does have that modern, almost kind of dumbed down approach, but all of them do really good in terms of compliments. You don't necessarily need this in order to have a really good compliment getter. The others work fine as well. As it's been sitting on my skin longer, I'm starting to get into the dry down. I'm getting a little bit of benzoin, just a touch of it, kind of giving it a vanilla type of feel. The tobacco's still there. The cinnamon is still there. It's still kind of a holidays, Christmas time, that type of scent, just kind of a fun holiday scent. It still has that type of thing going on from the spicy notes in here. But again, it hasn't really done a complete 180 and turned into something that's super great. It is smoothed out. It is a little bit warmed up from the benzoin, but that's the extent of it. Of course, I'm going to spend some more time with this one. I'm going to test it more here today. It's a perfect day to wear this one. It's about 55 degrees or so. So it's a bit of a cooler spring day, and cooler weather is when this one's going to be suited for. So I will continue to wear it and test it, and at some point, maybe in a month or so, I'll follow up with a full review. I'll touch on performance, I'll touch on everything that you need to know about this one, and at some point, I'll probably do an updated buying guide video. I just did one recently, I feel like, for Spicebomb, but I'm going to need to again because we have this one. Many more to come, I'm sure, in the Infared line, and I'm sure they're not going to be stopping. So would I recommend you rush out and buy this one at full retail? I can't say that I recommend that. I would say hold on to your original, hold on to your extreme. Those are really the two best Spicebomb fragrances that we have. The fresh one was really good, but is discontinued. They've kind of been going downhill. Maybe they can turn it around with an eau de parfum or intense release in this line, and I'd be down for it, but as it sits right now, it's just okay. So if you've had a chance to try this one, let me know what you think down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.